ain't going back. Not gonna buy into all that. Hey, ain't gonna hide. Gonna let all the fears slide. Got mother nature is on my side. Got all of the loving growing inside.
Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Odyssey of Truth. Today, Campbell and I are going to continue our Overboard series, where we get out of the comfort of the ship and we have to swim for it for our very lives. And today, our topic, number 2, episode 2, we did Mind Matrix Miasma. It's been interesting. We've had some good comments. Campbell and I may talk about them later in this one. But this one, rock hard resolve required. To get to the other shore, to get to where you want to go, to get to that new life, to get to your freedom, to get wherever you want to go, I would say I have found for myself resolve. And it has to be more than just resolve. Rock hard resolve, meaning unbendable, unbreakable, unshakable. What do you think, Campbell?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and we're swimming, right? And the boat that's sinking that we're jumping from, that's the old system, and it's sinking. And so, everyone's in the water, and if we don't swim to a nice island, and start creating something, then we're basically just leaving ourselves at the mercy of the sea, right? So we need to resolve. There's so many people who they love to get out there and talk, don't they? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Oh, this is me, rah, rah, rah. But when the push comes to shove, there's no shove. They just get pushed.
There's no shove.
There's nothing there. It's all this, it's virtue signaling, which is what we're seeing so much of on the media. Is people, and words are powerful and words are good and words are spelling, but words are not action. And this is one thing that I've been trying to bring up for a long time is this whole spiritual, I'm so super spiritual. Well, that's great, but I'm here to tell you that you're in a 3D world. You're in a physical world. All right. So you need to be physical. You can't, what's the use of having a physical experience if you're going to spend your whole life sitting on a cushion pretending that you're not here and that you're spiritual and you're somewhere else. So yeah, we need to get into action. And one of my favorite sayings, which a lot of people have probably heard, is people are what they do, not what they say. And I learned this early, because people will say so many things. I'm this, I'm going to do this. But when it comes down to it, they don't do it. So, and just as part of that too, that's very disempowering to the spells that we speak. If we're speaking to the universe saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then we don't when we get the chance, the universe goes, well, I'm not listening to you again. You're full of it, just like everyone else does, right? Just like all your friends and society will as well. So, yeah, I think it's time we start. Everyone needs to take action and needs to understand that, it's that old saying, right? If it is to be, it's up to me. If you want something done, you don't go to your neighbor and go, I want to do this. Now, here's your job. You do this and I'll get what I want. That's not how it works. Because your neighbor doesn't care what you want. Your neighbor has his own goals. Okay? Everyone has their own goals, their own dreams that they're working on. They don't want you to come in and say, work on my dreams for me. Just like you don't want someone to come into your life and say, stop what you're doing, work on my dream.
Resolve. New Year's resolutions are probably from the same root word. Why do people have resolutions? It's to change things. And words can bring you an idea of perhaps what you want to do. They can bring you to a point of something new that you may want to make for yourself. But without actually doing it, you're just, blowing smoke up your own nose from your ass, in my opinion. Pardon my language here. In that you have to do what you need to do to make something new for you. Now, excuses, and I hear a lot of them, a lot of comments are coming through, and we get them almost every video of fill in your own blanks why I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible because of my past life. I'm not responsible because I was a child. I'm not responsible because my husband beat me, or I'm not responsible because my wife cheated on me, and I'm not responsible for this reason, the other reason, or because I was too young, or because I'm too old. But the bottom line is we're here and we're alive to learn about our life. We're here and we're alive to learn about what works and doesn't work. And a lot of people misunderstood what I've said in some of the past videos in relation to resolve on being a child and being responsible for your life. No, You're not responsible for someone else's actions, whether you're 1, 2, or 122. You're not responsible for what someone does towards you or in your presence, or maybe if they throw a rock at you or a tuna fish at you or whatever. That you're not responsible, but how you act after that is 100% your responsibility. Now, if you're saying when you're 1 or 2, you'll have a certain reaction, and so you're an innocent, and then you'll have, let's say, an ineffective reaction. You'll start crying, you'll run away, you'll hide behind mommy, whatever little children do, that's okay. They're little children. But, I was that little child. I did that too. But eventually you'll be 8, you'll be 9, you'll be 18, and you'll figure out that acting that way doesn't serve you anymore. You can't hide behind mommy. You can't ask for your allowance. You can't pretend, that you're going to cry and someone's going to come save you. Maybe that was your action when you were 6 and it worked for you for a little while, but then when you're 16, you realize it doesn't work for you. So if you're intelligent enough to look at it as you had the choice when you were 6, you just didn't have the experience yet to do something different without having made that mistake, as Campbell said, mistakes. You've made that mistake when you were 6, when you were 7, when you were 8. Maybe you made it up till you were 38 and then you didn't change till you were 39. It doesn't really matter. You made those mistakes. So because you made those mistakes, you can correct your course. You can correct your Oddyssey. You can correct your direction. And it's not in having an excuse, well, I was just 6, I didn't know what I was doing, so it wasn't my fault. Responsibility and fault and responsibility for other people's actions, people mix that up, in my opinion, right? The bottom line is, as Campbell said, you're in a 3D world, you're in this body. What you do with it is up to you. There's nobody inside, moving your hands or moving your feet or moving your mouth or moving your pants down if you're having in a bad relationship or eating bad food, whatever. You're doing that. And if you don't like where that's taken you from the last 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, then you can stop today and you can change that if you have rock hard resolve. That's what it takes. Rock hard resolve required. I've eaten too much. I've drank too much. I've been a bully, I've been a pussy, I've been all those things. You put it together in different parts of my life, and I would sit there now and go, well, I want to get that extra chocolate bar, but nobody's in the room with me. I see it over there. Do I get up and eat it, or do I not? Is it really hard if I've been eating 6 chocolate bars my whole life? Is it really hard to not grab that beer over there if I've been drinking for the last 4 days and I'm detoxing from alcohol now? Whoa. It's almost impossible not to do it. For some time, in some experiences, in some ways, and I'm talking about myself. So anybody wants to comment here, I'm only talking about my own experiences. But the bottom line I noticed is I'm sitting on this couch, whether I get up and not and grab that or do that or don't do that, that's it. It's me. The buck stops here. The buck stops with my actions. And is it hard? Sure. Will I shake maybe? Will I sweat? Will I have cravings? Yes. But the action or not or inaction doesn't matter. So as we talk about rock hard resolve, we get challenged with our own rock hard resolves. Our connection for whatever reason skipped and jumped, so you may notice a bit of a jump from the last moment to this. But I think in what I've seen, and maybe we'll talk about magic on another episode, and I don't mean hoopy poopy stuff, but the way the world really does talk to you, and that we decide to have rock hard resolve when the world goes, really? Well, let's see if we interrupt your rock hard resolve video with a challenge. Are you going to have rock hard resolve and get back on and continue? Or are you going to throw in the blanket like a baby and run away? Well, I think us being back here and chatting has told you what we decided to do. We decided to get back on the pony, so to speak, and keep riding. So, hey again, Campbell.
Hey, yes, yeah, a little bit of a break there. But I mean, that is what resolve is. Really, it's easy to have resolve when things are easy, isn't it? It's when the going gets tough that you need that's when your resolve comes out. Are you serious? And as you said, the universe or God or whatever name you want to put on it, it'll test you. If you start talking and you say, yes, I'm this, this is what I stand for, it'll go, really? And unfortunately, most people fail that test. And when you do, then the next time you start talking to the universe, it's not going to give you as much attention. It's just like people. It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? They run around yelling all this stuff, and in the end, everyone's like, well, he's just full of crap. Let's just pay no attention to him at all. I mean, I had this concept a while back of, the universe it's your best friend, right? Just treat it like your best friend. If you treat it bad, it won't be happy. If you treat it good, it'll be happy. It'll always have your back. But if you turn around and start doing the wrong thing, well, it's going to have less of your back, right? Less support. But what we're talking about is resolve, and the thing is with resolve is, we've all been programmed, a lot, and we know this, and a lot of people seem to have this concept of it matters what other people think more than it matters what we think or I think. As in, if I want to do something, it's much more about how I go out and present myself to the outside world and what I say and my gestures. It's not about me doing something and making the changes. Because if you want to make a change, you know, instead of going and telling the world you're about to do something, here's a really big idea. Just do something. The world will notice. I guarantee you it will notice. You don't need to tell it. Or if you want to promote it, do it first and then say, look what I've done. Don't run around saying, here's what I'm going to do. Quick, give me lots of, accolations because I said I'm going to do something. That if you're going to do something, you haven't done anything.
No.
You've done nothing. You've done nothing because you're still on your way. You're going to do it. And responsibility, think of that word, the ability to respond. That's what responsibility is. It's your ability to create a good response. So to be responsible isn't to, say I've got a job at a house and look at my suit, oh my God, and my furrows of worry. To be responsible is to be able to live your life. And when challenges come up and things come out of left field, you can respond appropriately. You can respond like an adult, right? Like Lorenzo was talking before. Instead of crying and saying, oh my God, this is so hard, all the bad people, oh, poor little bear, like a child, because that's not good, because children don't have responsibility. That's why they don't have the ability to respond well. That's why they cry and they go and find mummy and daddy. And this is what we're supposed to learn as we grow up. So when we're adults, we get these things and we can respond appropriately. And so that's really what responsibility is. It's the action, right? Again, it's the action you take. It's not about saying, oh my God, I'm going to do this and these big gestures, because, words are powerful, but words are nowhere near as powerful as action, in this 3D world where we find ourselves in. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, guys. Just always bring it back to yourself. For me, if things aren't going well, the first place I go is the mirror. What am I doing wrong? Why did I attract this crap I don't want to me? Because when we really get down to it, and people really don't like it when I say this, everything is your fault. Everything. Good, bad, indifferent, you created it all. So if there's something in your life that you don't like, recreate, change it. Don't cry. Because when you cry, you're getting more of it.
Yeah, I would talk to certain people in my life and expect certain responses, and then I would argue with them, in my past, and I would say, why is this person always mean to me in this way, or not understanding me in this way, or argumentative when I say this and they're not supporting me this way, they're not being nice enough to me. And this would happen over and over and over, and sometimes as much as 50 times before I said, well, I'm not responsible for how they're being as much as I want them to understand me and change for me and do things the way I want them to do things. But I go, so why do I talk to this person 50 times? Why have I gone to Mr. X or Madam Y and brought up this topic 10 times, 15 times, 20 times if it's not playing out the way I would like it to play out? As Campbell said, you look at yourself and you go, okay, maybe I'm doing something, that's one answer. But another maybe bigger metaphysical answer is, why are you even talking to that person? Why are you even responding to that person? Why do you even need their, fill in your own blanks, what you're trying to get from them? If you're talking to them, and you're not getting what you want, why are you talking to them? I don't care if you're married. I don't care if they're your children. I don't care if they're your boss. Fill in your own relationship. If you're having an experience and it's not working the way you feel it should be working, as Campbell said, how they are is not your fault, but bringing yourself to that conversation every day, or bringing up that topic with them all the time, or how you're bringing up that topic, or when you're bringing up that topic, or in what tone you're bringing up that topic, what time of day, all those things have an effect on the other person or the situation, and that's 100% your fault, 100% your responsibility, in that you keep bringing yourself to that half of the equation. So, all those people that comment and go, the other half of the equation is not my fault. The other half of the equation is not my responsibility. The other half of the equation is something that I can't take, responsibility for. Well, your half you can, and why do it takes two halves to make that whole, so to speak. So why do you bring yourself to that situation over and over and over and over again, let's say?
Mm.
Why are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
not why are you not getting the resolve, the resolution, the responsibility to change something that you have control over?
Mm.
Instead of arguing, it's not my fault, I don't have control over this, and I don't have control over that, and when I was 4, I didn't have control over this, and now I don't have control over that. But now, Campbell froze again. I hope we're still here. But now you have responsibility for yourself. So rock hard resolve. We're changing locations, we're changing backgrounds, we're changing time zones even, just because the world keeps saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to keep doing this? Are you sure you want to keep talking about resolve? And I think we're both pretty sure we do. It's a manly thing too, a womanly thing too, but men need resolve. Men need to figure out a dream. Men need to figure out their direction. And then men need to resiliently stay on course. I mean, the ladies too, whatever they're deciding in their life. But I think it's a man's job in this world, in my opinion, to figure out where they want to go and then to make sure they get there and not let anything get in their way.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. And we've just been cut off twice. I've had to change computers and everything, and a lot of that's just too hard, and they'd be watching Netflix all they do. But this is the thing. This is how we get tested, and the more we give in, then the less tests we get. The less support we get. So resolve is your decision and sticking with it. So what do you want to do with your life? If you are a man, are you there to build a family? Are you there to build a future? Something that will support the health and the vitality and everything of your family and children, something that will go into the future? Or are you there to get a job and be told when to turn up, be told when you can have lunch, be told how much you get paid, so be told where you can live, what your lifestyle will be like? That's a big difference, right? So it's choice, and we've all been put in this place where we believe we don't have that choice, and everyone, you just have to get a job. What's the most common asked question? What are you going to be when you grow up? Not what are you going to do? What are you going to be when you grow up? And the answer they want is a policeman or a baker or a candlestick maker. When you answer with, I just want to be free and have fun and have a good, you get funny looks. And again, that's the system, right? Checking your resolve. So yeah, this is all to do, it's definitely an inner job, isn't it? It's got nothing to do with the outside world. If you're looking around for support or accolades or whatever from the outside world, even after you've done something, you're on the wrong path. You're not doing things for the right reason. And so if you're living your life and your output is all to do with the outside world and how will it respond, you're always going to get a bad response, because that's not your decision. You're not living through yourself. You're not living with your own decisions. All your decisions are based on the opinions of the outside world, which are just opinions, right? Opinions, right? Just onions with pea in them.
Yeah.
So don't give them too much onions with pea. Who wants pea in them? Come on. This is the thing. Resolve is, it's time to sit down and just work out what you want and then stick with it.
Yeah, the world doesn't really work on words. I mean, look at the mountains in the background Campbell has there. You can't stand at the bottom of the mountain and say, I'm going to climb that mountain, and then the mountain's going to go, good job, and then you don't have to climb the mountain. It's still, you might decide that you're going to climb that mountain, but then you got to do it. If you're going to fall down, you got to keep going. I mean, there's a million different analogies. Campbell seems to have frozen again. So, this video we're making on resolve is taking all kinds of resolve to get put together. But, the bottom line is, and I don't want to repeat myself, but when it's time to do something, whether you want to be free, you want to change your direction, you want to do something that's outside the box, you really want to do something new for yourself, you have to be prepared to have lots of resolve, because you'll come across all kinds of challenges.
This is getting ridiculous.
All kinds of challenges. And I was talking the whole time. So, the resolve is, as I was saying, I don't know if you heard me, if you're going to climb a mountain, you can't just have an idea about climbing the mountain. You can't wait for the mountain to congratulate you. Oh, you're going to climb me. Well, that's great. Good job. I'm so happy that you're going to be at the top. Oh no, I'm not actually going to climb the mountain. I just want you to congratulate me for the idea of me climbing that mountain. It's kind of as silly as that when you're going to do something new. It's like you got to figure it out, and if you're not in the shape to climb the mountain, you know what you got to do first. If you're not in the time to climb the mountain, you know what you've got to do first. If you don't have the clothes or the equipment, you know what you've got to do first. So the resolve comes after you've made the choice. I'm going to climb that mountain. Maybe you have to do 28 things first. Whatever that is. Get healthy. Go to where the mountain is. Get the right equipment. Go on a diet. Go eat more if you're eating not enough. Whatever. Wait for a different season because it's too cold or too hot. Whatever it is. But that's where the resolve comes in. The resolve comes in is, okay, you want to climb the mountain, now you have this challenge, this challenge, this challenge. Or as Campbell said before, you want to be free without getting a vocation. Okay, your first challenge is, how do you make money? Your second challenge maybe you don't need money. How do you need less? Whatever those challenges are. So the challenges will come, and that's where you need rock hard resolve required. You'll get an idea, you'll get an inspiration of a new place to go, and then, and only then, the challenges show up. And that's where resolve comes in. The world, as Campbell says, will say, okay, the world loves you. The world go, okay, you want to be free? This is what you need to do. You need to figure out this, you need to figure out that. It's your friend, it's true. It goes, okay, I'm not going to make it easy on you because it's not easy. A real friend doesn't make it easy. A real friend goes, oh, you want to lift 300 pounds? Well, how do you start lifting 50 pounds? Well, this is what you got to do. Go to the gym first, one time, then 2 times. There's a gazillion analogies. The bottom line is, anybody that's going to comment and give me any reason why they're not responsible, they're missing a leg, they have one eye, they were born with whatever certain disease, therein lies their first resolve, how to get over whatever challenge faces them in that moment. How you were born, maybe not your fault, sure. Where you are right now, because something happened, great. You could say it's not your fault if you like. But what is your fault and your responsibility is where you go from where you are to where you would like to get to.
Yeah, how do you become a hero, right? You walk the hero's journey. No hero starts at the top of the mountain. They all have to become something. And it's this concept of everyone wants something, but no one wants to deserve it. If you want something, you need to work on deserving it. What do you need to do? Who do you need to be? What skills do you need? What resources do you need? Work on that, and that's where you get there. And this is what we say is, you don't need to know how to get to where you're going. You just need to know where you want to go, and then you start. And you'll figure it out. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. And as long as you keep doing that, you'll keep moving forward. But if you come from the position of, well, I'm perfect now and the whole world should change, and just whiz me up on the top of that mountain, good luck with that. Show me one time in history that's ever happened, because it hasn't. It's fantasy. It doesn't exist.
No.
And this is the thing. We're surrounded by fantasy in movies, right? And all these stories of, oh my God, he just started this business and now he's the richest man in the world, and all these things, it's so easy. It's not easy, to get things done. It all takes work. If it didn't take work, everyone would be exactly where they want to be. And so life is, it will support you if you support it, but it's not going to support a slacker, because in the end, it is nature. Nature is God, right? That's the energy that animates and creates all things. And nature, as we know, it's not going to sit there and tow a big bag of people who just want to sit on their ass and do nothing. If that's what you're doing, it's going to leave you behind and just keep going to where it wants to go. So the choice is, do you want to be in the flow and you want to make things, and do you want to actually...
Campbell froze. But I'll continue on and say, try going into the jungle and sitting down and doing nothing. The jungle will eat you. The jungle will rot you. The jungle will put you back in the ground, because the jungle doesn't care, or the forest doesn't care. If you don't keep moving, nature will say, oh, you must be food or compost or whatever it is. And so then you would need to take yourself up and move yourself, or else you have to pay for whatever it is without having any resolve. And what nature does is usually puts you back in the ground.
Oh my God.
All right, so our resolve, we keep jumping in and out. And as I said a little bit while Campbell was off, is, you try going in the jungle and not moving and saying, the jungle should move me. You will be eaten, you'll be composted, you'll be rotted, the insects will get you. The jungle doesn't care. If you go like, my idea is to get to the other side, I'm just going to sit here. The jungle's going to go, no, no, no. The bugs are going to eat you, and the snakes are going to come for you, and the animals are going to enjoy you as a feast because you've resolved to become compost or food
Yeah.
or whatever. But you have a body, you have an idea, you have some direction. That's why we're alive. We're alive to figure out and to move to our dreams. Without the challenge, there's no success. There's no feeling of getting somewhere, and you don't get whatever it is you don't know that you don't like you don't know what you don't know. Somebody commented on that, and that's great, but you don't know what you need to know either until you get off whatever you need to get off and make it so that you learn to know what you need to know by moving towards where you'd like to go.
Yeah, yeah, of course we don't. It's not like you make a decision and someone knocks on the door and goes, here's the rule book, and everything's lined out for you. You just do it in this order and you will get exactly where you want to go. It's not how it works.
No.
This is it's the the hero's journey, right? As you go along your journey, if you don't do the step before, you can't get to the next step. And this is it, right? Self responsibility and standing in your power and having resolve to work through challenges, because we don't have problems unless we believe we have problems. I never have problems. I have challenges. Challenge is something that you can learn from, that you can get over and become a better person on the other side. A problem is a wall that tells you, and reaffirms that you're a slave. It's just like mistakes, right? You can make mistakes. Oh my God, it's a mistake. Or you can have a mistake, right? Oh, okay, no, it's just a mistake. So that means I do it again and I do it better this time. So language is important, but without the resolve behind it, it's just words. It's just noise. It doesn't mean anything. So, so we use lots of words, but at the end of it, it's, when we're not making videos, we're doing stuff. We don't sort of make a video and then sit down and go, oh my gosh, we told them how awesome we are. Oh, that was great. Yeah. Let's pat ourselves on the back for the next week. No, we're straight into working again. I don't even hardly have the time to read the comments. And so this is it. And it's all what we put in. You get back what you put out. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. It's all an energy exchange. And if you're not willing to put energy into something, and strong, focused energy for a while, you're not going to get anything. It's like if you want to light a fire and you've got your magnifying glass and your piece of paper and you get it and you line the sun up and it's there for a second, you go, oh, where's my fire? Put it back. Oh, where's my fire? But if you hold it there and it's like, oh, yeah, it's getting focused. Oh, yeah. And you keep the focus on there, you will get a fire. And so it's like Lorenzo said, there's analogies everywhere for this kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, if it is to be, it's up to me. And that's it. There is no blame apart from that person in the mirror. It's all your choice. And the good news is, if you stuff up in this life, well, you get to come back and do it all again.
Maybe, but not as the same person. If you maybe you'll come back. Energy doesn't get created or destroyed, I've heard. So your energy will come back, but will you be Billy? Will you be Janie? Will you be Tony? No. Like in some ways, like snowflakes, we get one chance with this personality, with who you are, with how you are right now. And if you, appreciate the gift you've been given, and you really, really love your life, and you appreciate what your parents done and what the world does, and even the magic of being alive and the conscious spark and the fact that you can do what you're doing. I mean, people don't even consider the fact that they're alive. What a lovely gift that is. I mean, that's the ultimate in gifts. And so what you do with that gift, if you sit on your ass and complain or cry and want, then don't be surprised when that gift gets taken away or it's a horrible gift. But if it's a good gift and you make something of it and you're desirous of it, like I have a t-shirt here, elect to govern yourself, basically means choose to make your own life. And, I've been on this path for 12 years. That Campbell and I didn't just sit down yesterday and go, let's make some videos together. And then we'll have, however many readers. Like, I've been doing this forever, in my opinion. And it's been a hard, long, dirty, disgusting. I'm even bleeding a little now when I was moving the cell for waiting for Campbell for us to hook up again. A bloody path. And I'm still here because I'm choosing to have rock hard resolve and wanting to get good information out to people, make a better world, help them to a better place, and see who wants to join us.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's been a, you know, it's been a journey for both, you know, for everyone who's making, you know, good content. It's not like we get a decision, oh, I'm just going to make, you know, start a channel. You know, a lot of people do, but those channels don't tend to hold much water because basically, you know, and this is not to say that we're better than anyone, but we've spent, you know, a good 20, 30 years looking into reality, looking into the mind, looking into how things work and trying to figure it out and trying to do things differently. And that's kind of why we you know, not that we, we, you know, that's why we think we're the people to make videos like this. And we're not, again, it's not that we're better than anyone. We've just more. So we can sort of hopefully, you know, help people on a quicker path to get where they want it to be. But it's definitely nothing to do with we got everything right and we're somehow, you know, amazing. I mean, it means we've got resolve. It means we keep getting, you know, the results we don't want, and so we're like, well, how do we change that to what we do want? And we keep going and we keep going. And at no point did we sit down and go, oh, it's just all too hard. Just hand me the remote control. You know, so,
Yeah.
and this is it. This is what resolve is. You don't give up. You never give up.
No, no. You know what kind of conversations I have 3 or 4 times a week with our editor? How I was wrong, how I could be better, how I keep making mistakes, how I
Giving
didn't know
up,
what I.
right?
Are you there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. I just got an internet. I should be back now. Am I
You're
back?
still here. You're not moving, but
Am
you
I
are here. You look like we see your face, and you look like you have lots of resolve.
back? I can hear you.
I can hear you, but you're
You
not.
talk-
We're jumping around. You know, Campbell's here. He just froze again. Rock hard resolve. Oh, he's back. A little bit slowly moving. And you know, I've heard even after so long how I'm wrong in so many ways, so that I can have resolve to be right. Campbell, what do you think? Maybe we're coming to the end of the resolve for our resolve show here.
Yeah, this is quite an interesting video. We're on about literally, this is, I think we've been disconnected, what, 5 or 6 times, and we're talking about resolve. And of course, resolve is when you get challenges, are you going to keep going or are you going to stop? And so this video is literally it's showing us what resolve is. You know, we've had to restart the video. I've had to change computers and rooms, but we're still here because we're going to get this finished because we resolved that we would do this video. So this video gets done no matter what challenges come up. It
You
doesn't
know,
matter. And that's what
no,
resolve.
it
So
doesn't
this is
matter.
really, that's the basis of everything we're trying to say.
Yep. And the world, we told the world before we
What was
started in
that?
the new year, when we were doing our Odyssey of Truth, we were going to live our walk and walk our talk and share with you what was going on and show you the real world as best we can. And, you know, you don't always have the answers. Like, I did not expect the video to go this way. Campbell did not expect the video to go this way. But the world, Campbell made the best point possible, perhaps, in this one. The world is your friend. So, in order to get the idea of resolve across to all of our friends listening now, all of our viewers, all the people we love, and we would like to share this with, the world helped us out by making this video very hard to make. And some people could have gone, oh my goodness, so hard. Oh my goodness, I have to stop. Oh my goodness, it's a bad day for it. The stars didn't align. You know, it's my breakfast is acting up, or my internet's not working. So I had to quit. Sorry, you understand. And that happens with so many people in so many ways, myself included. So many. Instead, we said no, 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 no. This is this is what we're
Yep.
doing. This is what we're showing. The world helped us out. The world was our friend by making it harder, not our enemy. You know, not an asshole, not a
Mm.
whatever. The world said, I'm going to show you resolve. Get ready. And so, as Campbell said,
You
five,
say
six,
you've got
seven
resolve.
times.
Oh, let's test that theory.
Yeah. So here we are, basically saying, and it's funny. So, you know, the thing is, don't take yourself so serious. Sure, things are challenging. Sure, you're going to die. Sure, things are life and death. Sure, all of these things. But if you make a choice, you keep trying. You know, mistakes, as Campbell has said lots of times, resolve, as I've said, your responsibility, as we've both said. Just keep doing it. See what happens. Fall down, get bloody, you know, change computers, you know, splice your videos together, as I'm going to have to do for this one. Whatever it takes. You know, whatever it takes, because you need, you know, whatever it takes, because you want to get or something done then you do it, you figure it out. May not be as beautiful. This video may not end up as smooth as some of the other ones. It may jump around a bit. Sound may cut in and out. It may be a little hard for you guys to follow through some of these points, but you'll need resolve to follow this video on resolve, and then together, because that's what Campbell and I have intended in this Odyssey of Truth Overboard, we can learn resolve as one big happy community, let's say.
Yeah, maybe that's what the message is, who's got the resolve to get through this video, right? I mean, we did, do you? And so just one last point is I'd like to make is, I think it's much better to go out and say, look what I've done, rather than look what I'm going to do. Okay, so if you want to do something, just do it. You don't have to tell anyone. Believe me, if you don't tell anyone, it won't change anything. All you need to do is tell yourself. Do it, and then say, oh, look what I did. I did this. What do you think of this? And that's a much better place than I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then obviously we know people who talk like that, they never do anything. Okay, so be the doer, but be the person who goes out first and gets the job done, and then says, look what I did. Can that help you? Is this any benefit to you? Whatever. But yeah, that's my main point in this, is that's the resolve. That's the resolve to not need people saying, that's an amazing idea. Oh, you're so great. You're amazing. You're amazing. Because that's what people want. No, be amazing first. Just go and do it.
It's true.
And the world will see. People will see. And I'll leave you with that after our 7 takes.
Okay.
And don't give up, right?
Yes, we'll leave
don't give up.
And don't give up. Don't give up. We'll leave all the links below. We'll leave the links to Campbell's channel. Leave the links to my channel. Leave the links to our Telegram. We'll leave the links to our e-blast. Please, like and subscribe, as Campbell says. Follow along. We'll leave the links to our donation button. Help us out if you can. And we'll especially leave the links to our freedomshift.life. Send us your contact if you're interested in having some resolve and working with us by working for yourself and seeing how we can together make a better life. Thank you all. I love you all very much.
Okay.
Appreciate your time here. We'll get this up soon.
Yep, stay awesome and resolve to have a better life. And we'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
Ain't going back, not gonna buy into all that. Hey, ain't gonna hide, gonna let all the fears slide. Got Mother Nature, it's on my side. Got all of the loving growing inside.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Freedom Shift. I'm here with Campbell, and Campbell is here with me. We're going to discuss Freedom Shift in more details today. What we wanted to look at is a big separation between those of you that want to join our shopping club and maybe work for the shopping club, and those of you that want to join us on a more personal level. Our new hub. We have 3 categories we've decided that can work well for everyone. We have our content category, we have our currency category, and we have our new connections category. And essentially they're exactly as they sound. If you're just a content creator, we can help you out. If you have currency you want to increase, meaning you have a business you want to work with us or through us or for us, we're delighted to chat with you about that. And if you're just lonely, as we've all been, you just want to meet people, you just want to meet people locally, you just want to meet people virtually, maybe both, maybe you want to meet people intimately when the lights go off, really it's going to be up to you and the person you meet and what you feel like doing with each other, because it's none of our business. We're going to have our connections hub, whereby through some questions and answers from you, Campbell and I and more people working with us will be able to figure out how we can best serve you by connecting you to those you may want to have new relationships with. What do you think, Campbell?
Indeed. Ultimately, it's all about connecting to the right people, isn't it? It's no matter if you're a content creator that wants to connect to an audience, or if you're business and you want to connect to customers, or if you just want to connect to like-minded people. That's what we want to build, because obviously the last 2 years a lot's gone on. A lot of people have found themselves alone in places they didn't expect to find themselves. People are treating them differently, so we definitely need to come together and use each other and our community as strength. So yeah, this is what we're doing, guys. Is what we're trying to do is build a platform where we can actually start moving forward, because there's lots of people running around in circles, isn't there, yelling up and down, I want to do this is a great idea, let's do it. But not a lot seems to be happening. So we want to be the catalyst that actually gets things from here, down to your feet, right? From your mind into action.
into
But
your
that's really
hands.
to your hands. Yeah, that's the big
And,
push we want to do is
and
really stop the talk, and start the action.
into your heart. We can offer ways to connect with people. We can offer ways to grow your business. We can offer ways to help you with your content if that's what you like. And we can offer you ways just to expose yourself in any of those three lovely categories.
It doesn't
So you
mean in
can
a
let
trench
your
coat.
you can let your imagination take you from there. And I want to be very clear that once you sign up, someone will ask you why you signed up, which is important. I think you should figure that out before you even send us your contact. Keep in mind, there's currency involved, there's money, there's charges, there's effects, there's all kinds of things. These are real business propositions. We're happy to work with you. We're very fair. If there's some barter involved that works well for everyone concerned by everyone's agreement, that's fine. But keep in mind, this is something that involves effort, it involves creative time, it involves our time, it involves our expertise, and it involves full effort from those of you that wish to participate.
Mm,
Freedom shift. It's not free, it costs effort. It costs your currency, it costs the ways and means and imagination that you need to put forward if you're willing to do the work so that you can get back whatever it is you're looking to get out of working with us.
yeah. Yep. Indeed. And this is the thing. It's all about value exchange. If we expect or want to get some value in our lives, then we have to understand that that's an exchange. We have to give that same value back, or at least we have to try and give value back. So everything that we want, that there's no more of this, because if we stand around asking for people to give us things, then we're back where we were. This is what the government want us to do, right? They want you to stay unempowered and reliant on them. And no matter if it's them, if it's another business, if it's another group, if you're reliant on them, then basically you're not going forward. You're trapped. So this is a big thing. This is an energy exchange, and a lot of people seem to think that because of what's gone on in the last 2 years, and there's a lot of change, that we can live on air, but we can't. We have to eat. We have to have houses to live in. It's like if we asked you to just give away all the money that you earn every week and live. We know we can't do that. That's where we're headed. It's where we want to go. But at the moment, we need currency. If you walk up to a shop and offer them 3 apples for a phone, they're not going to give you the phone. All right. So
Yeah.
we need to deal in a currency that people are going to want to deal. That's the energy exchange that they're dealing in. Okay, so that's where we. So we just want to make this very clear. This is we're trying to build something, and to build something, we need resources and we need energy, and so this is our exchange. We offer something, and if you're interested, then you can offer something back to us, and that's how we start moving forward. So yeah, just keep this in mind that this is, we're putting ideas out there, but we definitely do not want to do this for you, because if we do, even if we could, we're just going to do you a disservice by doing it for you.
Yeah,
Because
we don't want to be your government. We don't want to be your daddies. We don't want to be your leaders. Not at all. We want to help you to help yourself.
yeah,
And so if you have an event, if you have a product, if you have a service, if you have some content, if you want to develop any of those, if you already have those, if you want to meet people for whatever of those reasons or ones we haven't imagined yet, we can help you out as long as you're willing to help yourself. And we're very, very fair. You've probably noticed that in talking with us or in seeing our lovely, smiling, friendly faces. We actually are good people doing good things, trying to make a better world. We'd love you to join us. We'd love you to join our freedom shift, but you have to shift yourself. I'm having enough trouble shifting myself. Campbell's going through his challenges shifting himself. Everyone's got to shift themselves. That's the new paradigm. That's the new earth coming. That's the new energy and the new gods and all this other boo 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 stuff that's going on. The big news surprise is you got to do it yourself. Surprise.
mm,
You got to make the effort, right? And so we can give you the platform because we've developed it over the years. I've done print for 10 or 12 years. Campbell's I've got a very busy, platforms for Autodidactic. He's done for a number of years. Other people are joining us and coming with and giving us their expertise and services. And we are happy to have you along as long as you're willing to pull your weight.
indeed, indeed. So guys, if like Lorenzo said, if you've got an idea, if you're a content creator, if you just want to connect with like-minded people, then contact us. You'll find links below. But do try and have a think about why you're contacting us before you do. Maybe even write down some questions. What is it that you want? Because apart from the fact that that'll help us, help you, but it'll also help you ask better questions if you know where you're coming from. And that way, instead of us just talking and talking and not reaching anywhere, we can actually get something done. Okay, this is where you are. This, okay, that's, we're serious guys. The world's changing. We want to change it. We want to be out on the leading edge, the front runners. And if you want to join us, click the link below and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, leave your confirmation. We'll also leave a direct email. If you want to email me, you can do that. If you have some questions even before you send your personal contact, what have you. No matter how, we're willing to work with you if you're willing to work with us. And we're all looking forward to seeing each other very soon.
Indeed. FreedomShift.life.
FreedomShift.life. We'll leave all the links below. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
And gals.
See ya.
No one tells me where I should start. Freedom first is what I say.